The movie is a sort of epic adventure, a tale of an ordinary girl who is trying to stop her sister, who has created a ice storm. Your light is flashing. Her sister, who has put an eternal winter in place over the kingdom that she's from. And she goes on a big epic adventure, meeting ferocious creatures and some friendly creatures and some comical creatures along the way, and also our rugged mountain man, Kristoff, who helps her on this epic journey. We were definitely inspired by that story, but in sort of the way we did with Rapunzel and other stories, the story evolved into a very original story. So we do have ice, we do have a queen, and that's really the resemblance to the original story, but definitely we were inspired by that from the beginning. It was in early development, and he had various ideas in terms of the medium and how he wanted to tell it. Was it going to be animation? Was it going to be a combination of that with live action? But I think he was, like many stories, he struggled with what is the Snow Queen thinking? Why is she doing what she's doing? And it was a hard element of the original story to crack. I think by making our protagonist, Anna, related to the Snow Queen, opened up a different part of the story that now made the Snow Queen relatable. You could understand why she was doing what she was doing. It takes place in the Kingdom of Arendelle, which is loosely inspired by Scandinavia, specifically Norway. We knew that the story needed to have the elements of water and vast mountain ranges and dramatic setting, all of which Norway was very inspirational to us. Kingdom of Arendelle is set down right on the fjord, surrounded by the mountains, and that was important to us because the environment plays a major character and a major obstacle for the movie. So right away we wanted that feeling of that nature is much larger than man, and that there is an adventure that is going to unfold well beyond the kingdom walls. It was our art director and our lighting people who went there. You know, the lighting itself is very different. We learned on the dramatic settings the scope and scale, which is what influenced us to do this movie in CinemaScope, similar to like Lawrence of Arabia. We wanted that wide screen to be able to capture the environment. But we also learned the small details of the clothing and the rose modeling that takes place. So we have both vast influence in terms of scope and scale, but also right down to the detailing that we have. The other thing we learned was that snow isn't always white, that, you know, contours and shadows from trees help you define the world. Also, snow is like a blank canvas, and you can reflect all sorts of colors depending upon the mood of the film, depending upon whether it's day or night, sunset or sunrise, can vastly change the look of the film and make it very rich. Well, I had worked with Bobby and Kristen Lopez on a prior project, so I was very familiar with their work. What impressed me most is their willingness to work with us right from the very beginning on story and character development. So we met with them every day via video conference for a good 2 hours every day as the story developed and as the characters developed and changed, and we'd redevelop it. Before they could write a song, they needed to understand the world that we were creating and the characters. Very, very collaborative process. It is what helps integrate the music seamlessly into the storytelling. And the reason we like music is because music can evoke an emotion and really get to an emotion, whether it's comedy or whether it's drama. Whether it's deep feeling, can get to that very quickly through the use of music.